1940, July 10th. The Battle of Britain rages, a titanic struggle for aerial supremacy over the skies of England. Yet amidst the dogfights and air raid sirens, a different kind of battle was unfolding, one that would baffle and amuse for decades to come. It was the day a German pilot, having been shot down and captured, politely requested a cup of tea from his British captors. Not just any tea, mind you, but English breakfast tea, with milk and 2 sugars, please. The bewildered British soldiers, accustomed to more defiant prisoners, actually obliged. This small, absurd act of civility in the midst of total war was a bizarre testament to the enduring power of British tea culture, even in the face of invasion. 1942, March 10th. On the remote island of Guadalcanal, American Marines were locked in brutal combat with Japanese forces. Supplies were scarce, and morale was low. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, a lone cow appeared, calmly grazing in a clearing. The Marines, initially suspicious, soon realized the cow was harmless. They named her Moo Moo, and she quickly became the unit's unofficial mascot. Moo Moo provided milk, a welcome luxury in the harsh jungle, and her gentle presence offered a strange sense of normalcy amidst the chaos of war. She even survived several artillery barrages, seemingly unfazed by the explosions. Moo Moo's story became a legend among the troops, a symbol of resilience and the unexpected comforts found in the unlikeliest of places. 1943, October 20th. Deep within the dense forests of Belarus, Soviet partisans were engaged in guerrilla warfare against the German occupation. Their tactics were brutal and effective, but they faced an unexpected adversary, a pack of highly trained parachute-dropping dogs. The Germans, in a desperate attempt to track down the partisans, had equipped these canines with miniature parachutes and dropped them behind enemy lines. The sight of dogs descending from the sky, barking furiously, must have been utterly surreal for the partisans. While ultimately unsuccessful in their mission, these paratrooper dogs remain one of the most eccentric military experiments of the war. 1944, February 12th. In the notorious Stalag Luft III prisoner of war camp, a group of Allied airmen were meticulously planning their escape. Their method? A full-sized, custom-made vaulting horse. For months, they had been secretly digging a tunnel beneath the horse, using the daily exercise routine as a cover. The dirt was meticulously hidden, and the horse itself became a symbol of their daring plan. On the night of the escape, several prisoners, disguised as German guards, carried the horse to the perimeter fence. Inside, others emerged from the tunnel, scrambling to freedom under the cover of darkness. The Great Escape was a testament to human ingenuity and the unwavering spirit of those who refused to be held captive. 1941, June 1st. In the bustling port of Alexandria, Egypt, a British intelligence officer was confronted with a most peculiar problem: a missing submarine. Not just any submarine, but a highly experimental Italian mini-submarine designed for covert operations. The officer, baffled by its disappearance, launched a desperate search. Days later, the submarine was found, not at sea, but in a small private swimming pool belonging to a wealthy Egyptian socialite. The socialite, it turned out, had borrowed the submarine for a lavish pool party, apparently mistaking it for a very expensive, very unusual toy. The bewildered British officer, after a stern lecture, was forced to retrieve the submarine, no doubt with a story he would tell for years to come. 1944, September 17th. As the Allies pushed through France, liberating towns and cities, they encountered a unique problem: an overwhelming surplus of champagne. The French, in their celebratory zeal, were eager to share their finest vintages with their liberators. Soon, entire convoys of trucks were transporting crates of champagne alongside vital military supplies. While a morale booster for the troops, the sheer volume of alcohol became a logistical nightmare, with some soldiers reportedly using champagne to clean their rifles when water was scarce. It was a bizarre testament to the sudden shift from deprivation to abundance and a distinctly French way of celebrating freedom. 1943, November 5th. In the war-torn city of Leningrad, besieged by German forces, the population was starving, food was desperately scarce, and the bitter Russian winter was setting in. Yet, amidst this horrific suffering, a small, courageous group of librarians made a remarkable decision. They would risk their lives to protect the city's priceless collection of rare books. They meticulously wrapped each book in blankets, carefully storing them in the coldest, most secure basements, hoping to preserve them for a future that seemed increasingly uncertain. Their dedication to culture and knowledge in the face of unimaginable hardship was a profound act of defiance, a quiet testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. 1942, April 22nd. The British Ministry of Information, in a bid to boost morale and demonize the enemy, launched a campaign centered around carrot power. They claimed that British pilots, by eating large quantities of carrots, had developed exceptional night vision, allowing them to spot German bombers in the dark. The truth, of course, was that the British had developed sophisticated radar technology, but they wanted to keep this a secret. The public, eager for any advantage, embraced the carrot campaign wholeheartedly, leading to a nationwide increase in carrot consumption. It was a clever, if slightly ridiculous, piece of wartime deception. 1944, July 20th. In the immediate aftermath of the failed assassination attempt on Adolf Hitler, a chilling detail emerged. One of the plotters, a high-ranking officer, had been carrying a briefcase containing the bomb. However, just before the meeting with Hitler, he had been asked to move the briefcase to the other side of a sturdy oak table leg. This seemingly innocuous request, made for convenience, ultimately deflected the blast, saving Hitler's life. Had the briefcase remained in its original position, the outcome of the war, and indeed history itself, might have been dramatically different. It was a grim reminder of how small, unforeseen circumstances can have monumental consequences. 1943, September 1st. On a remote island in the South Pacific, a Japanese soldier, separated from his unit, continued to fight the war for decades after its official end. Hiru Onoda, believing the war was still ongoing, steadfastly refused to surrender, meticulously maintaining his equipment and conducting reconnaissance missions. It wasn't until 1974, when his former commanding officer was flown to the island to formally relieve him of duty, that Onoda finally laid down his arms. His unwavering dedication, though misguided, was a testament to the powerful hold of duty and the isolation of war. 1940, August 15th. During the evacuation of Dunkirk, as thousands of Allied soldiers were stranded on the beaches, awaiting rescue, a motley collection of civilian boats arrived to assist. Among them was a small, unassuming paddle steamer, typically used for pleasure cruises. This paddle steamer, along with countless other private vessels, bravely sailed into the thick of the bombardment, ferrying soldiers across the treacherous English Channel. It was a poignant display of civilian courage and improvisation, a testament to the Dunkirk spirit that embodied a nation's resolve. 1942, December 25th. Christmas during wartime was often a somber affair, but in one prisoner of war camp in Germany, a group of British airmen found a unique way to celebrate. They painstakingly crafted a makeshift Christmas tree from scavenged materials, decorating it with scraps of foil and whatever bits of color they could find. The tree, though humble, became a beacon of hope and resilience, a defiant act of normalcy in a place designed to strip them of their humanity. It was a powerful reminder that even in the bleakest of circumstances, the human need for celebration and connection endures. 1943, July 10th. The British, desperate to find new ways to combat German U-boats, experimented with a bizarre new weapon. Fido, a torpedo designed to home in on the sound of a submarine's propellers. The problem was, Fido was sometimes a little too good at its job, occasionally mistaking the sound of surface ships for U-boats, leading to some very awkward and, thankfully, non-fatal incidents of friendly fire. It was a technological marvel, but one with a few kinks to work out. June 6th. On D-Day, as Allied forces stormed the beaches of Normandy, a group of female British codebreakers at Bletchley Park were working tirelessly, deciphering German messages that would ultimately save countless lives. Their crucial work, kept secret for decades, played a pivotal role in the Allied victory. These unsung heroes, often working in cramped, clandestine conditions, demonstrated extraordinary intelligence and dedication, proving that bravery came in many forms, not just on the battlefield. 1945, January 8th. During the brutal Battle of the Bulge, an American soldier, caught in a German ambush, was shot in the chest. Miraculously, the bullet struck his pocket Bible, lodging itself in the pages and saving his life. The soldier, a devout man, believed it was an act of divine intervention. It was a powerful reminder of the random nature of fate in wartime and how, even in the face of death, small miracles can occur. 1940, September 7th. During the Blitz, as German bombers rained destruction on London, a peculiar trend emerged. People began bringing their pets into air raid shelters. Not just cats and dogs, but parrots, hamsters, even a pet python. The presence of their beloved animals provided a strange sense of comfort and normalcy amidst the terror. A small act of defiance against the dehumanizing experience of constant bombardment. It was a testament to the deep bond between humans and their animal companions, even in the most dire of circumstances. 1943, April 30th. Operation Mincemeat, one of the most audacious deception operations of the war, saw the British plant a briefcase containing fake invasion plans on a corpse, which was then discovered by the Germans. The elaborate ruse, involving a fictitious officer named Major William Martin, successfully convinced Hitler that the Allied invasion would target Greece, not Sicily, thereby diverting crucial German resources and contributing to the success of the actual invasion. It was a masterful display of misdirection and an incredible testament to the power of a good story, even a fabricated one. 1944, March 15th. In a small occupied French village, a group of children, defying the German ban on public gatherings, secretly staged a play. Their audience was a handful of villagers, huddled in a dimly lit barn. The play, a simple fairy tale, was a brief escape from the harsh realities of occupation, a small act of cultural resistance. It was a powerful reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit yearns for beauty, storytelling, and a sense of shared humanity. 1942, October 23rd. In the deserts of North Africa, British and Commonwealth forces were battling Erwin Rommel's Afrika Korps. Water was a precious commodity, and the heat was relentless. To combat dehydration, the British developed chindit chutneys, a highly concentrated fruit paste packed with vitamins and minerals, designed to be a compact, life-sustaining ration. While perhaps not the most appetizing of meals, these chutneys played a vital role in keeping troops hydrated and energized in the unforgiving desert environment. 1941, November 1st. A German U-boat, surfacing in the Atlantic, inadvertently found itself directly beneath a small British fishing trawler. The trawler's crew, initially terrified, quickly realized their precarious situation and, in a moment of sheer panic, began throwing potatoes at the U-boat's periscope. The German crew, utterly bewildered by this unexpected attack, quickly submerged, convinced they had encountered some new, strange British weapon. It was a bizarre, yet harmless, encounter that highlighted the unpredictable nature of naval warfare. Jununst. In a segregated American Army camp, a group of black soldiers, denied the opportunity to fight on the front lines, were assigned to a highly unusual task: training pigeons for reconnaissance missions. These pigeon whisperers, as they became known, proved to be remarkably adept at their job, their feathered charges carrying vital intelligence across enemy lines. Their quiet dedication and invaluable contributions challenged racial stereotypes and highlighted the often overlooked talents of marginalized groups during the war. 1945, April 20th. As Soviet forces closed in on Berlin, Adolf Hitler, holed up in his bunker, continued to issue delusional orders, convinced that Germany would still achieve victory. Meanwhile, in the shattered streets above, ordinary Berliners, facing certain defeat, displayed acts of incredible courage and humanity, sharing what little food they had, tending to the wounded, and clinging to the hope of an end to the madness. It was a stark contrast between the delusional power of a dictator and the enduring strength of the common person, a testament to the unwavering human capacity for survival and compassion. Even in the final agonizing moments of a devastating war, these strange, true events, from the tea-drinking pilot to the paratrooper dogs, from the champagne convoys to the pigeon whisperers, offer a unique glimpse into the bewildering, tragic, and sometimes utterly absurd reality of World War II. They remind us that even in the grand sweep of history, it is often the small, unexpected moments that truly capture the essence of the human experience.